What the crap was that? What in the actual crap did I just witness? You telling me I got up early for that? What's going on, guys? It is the Mossy Jake, your Nintendo lovin', Turtwig liking, Pokemon hating at the moment YouTuber. Welcome all back to the channel. It is the good old Mossy Jake. Today I am sporting the Donald Duck jacket that I wore back in high school. I haven't worn this thing in a while, and I guess, you know, I don't bother to go out and buy new clothes. I mean, that's not true. I do buy some more clothes, but today I'm like, hey, this might be kind of cool for the YouTube. Why not? Kind of Leatherman jacket, because make me look like a stud, even though I'm a complete nerd. But here we are. What's happening, everybody? You know, I was in a good mood. I got up this morning thinking, Pokemon, you won't let me down. You will come through for me. I believe in it. I believe. And then you just had to go and give us, well, nothing. Like, actually just ask yourself, what did we get from that? You know, and I'm thinking, well, okay, so last year we didn't get a Pokemon game. So maybe they kind of learned their lesson. Maybe they're like, hey, let's focus more on making the one game really, really good, really awesome, so that when we do release it, it's a lot better than, you know, what we've had in the past. You know, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they said they were going to fix those bugs like years ago, and what, nothing happened? We still haven't got those bugs fixed, huh? I thought you were sending in the exterminator to squash some bugs, Game Freak, but you didn't. Scarlet and Violet still isn't working as it should, and people go out and still buy the game. I mean, that's the problem. That is the problem, because I have the game. I have basically every Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch, I believe, except like Pokemon Snap, because pictures of Pokemon, you know, you can't find that online. Anyways, that's a whole nother topic for another day. But anyways, getting off topic here, today we had the Pokemon 29th anniversary of the greatest IP of all time. The #1 IP in the entire world. That's right, that is Pokemon. If you did not know that, well, you do now. Here is the problem with Pokemon being the #1 IP in the entire world. They can give us crap, and nobody gives a single, you know. People will still go out and buy it, so it doesn't matter if they push out games really fast, you know, not ready, because they will still sell millions of copies because so many people just love Pokemon. And that is the problem, because I love Pokemon, and I will still buy it, you know, if it's like somewhat decent. But it's starting to get to the point where it's driving me insane. So let's go over what Game Freak gave us for this 29th anniversary of Pokemon. Are you ready? Are you excited? Because I'm not. I'm excited you're here. I'm not excited about Game Freak. So we begin with an opening shot of Pikachu, and he kind of gives it a little bit of electric voltage on the old television. I think that's kind of cool. I think that's cute. Honestly, I thought, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, we're going somewhere with this. A TV, old television. I'm kidding. No. Anyways, it's a fine little intro, whatever. And then we get the nice little lighting of Mr. Man right here. I don't know his name. Mr. Man kind of introduces everything, and he kind of doesn't look like he's excited to be there, not gonna lie. I want to go sit in my billion-dollar house and forget about work. Now, this is kind of interesting, kind of not. I don't really care for it, but it is unique. I'll give him that. It's basically a Pokemon show that's in the style of good old Chicken Run. That's like the only movie of theirs I've seen. I forget the name of the company, but they talked about that last year, and okay, whatever. Then we get Pokemon Go tour updates. You know, a lot of people still play Pokemon Go. Just whatever. Oh, but tell me this is what you've been waiting for. Tell me this is what you wanted from a Pokemon event. You get Pokemon Cafe. You want Pokemon Cafe. Who else wants Pokemon Cafe? Who else cheered for that when they saw? Nobody cheered for that. Nobody cares about the Pokemon Cafe. Then you got a Pokemon Unite update, and I don't know who still plays that game. If you do, that's great. I'm happy for you. Then we have Pokemon cards for the Pokemon Pocket Training Card app, whatever. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, everything I've expected has happened. Everything that's like always happens at Pokemon events. Just like the simple, like, little updates here and there that just like, it's like, okay, but where are these big announcements? Where's the big game I've been waiting for? Well, we got Pokemon Scarlet and Violet updates. Not the bug fixes. They didn't send in the exterminator. They were going to, but then they fired him. He's like, nah, don't worry about the bugs. we'll just give them more things that won't work properly. And here's the thing, I actually like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's a good game. There are a lot of great Pokemon games, but they release unfinished. They release with all these bugs and all these like graphic errors here and there. And hey, I am all for a game being more fun than being more like visually pleasing. You know, if the graphics suck, I don't really care as long as the game is fantastic. I wasn't too worried about the graphics, but like the game itself has a lot of bugs. Like it's not just the graphics. It's just let's move on. Then Homeboy right here. Homeboy shows up. He looks me straight in the eye and he's like, "Watch this. Look at this video." Well, what's his exact words? "Please have a look at this video." And when they say that with like the Pokemon events and the like Nintendo events, directs, that's what I'm looking for. When they say stuff like that, you know you're gonna get something good. You know you're about to get something good. And then we get shots of people playing Pokemon Red and Blue, and the world turns upside down. Everyone loses their mind. It's like, oh my gosh, it's happening! It's happening! A remake of the original game. Oh, it's beautiful. And then you get shots of all the other games. You get shots of, you know, the DS games. You get shots of the Game Boy Pokemon games. And it does show Pokemon Stadium, which kind of was a flashback for me. And I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And they announced a game that is Pokemon Champions for your phone and for the Nintendo Switch. And it seems like it's kind of like your Pokemon Stadium type game, which is kind of fun, where you can like transfer Pokemon in to the game. But it's not what I was looking for. And I feel like the world wasn't looking for it either. You know, it might be fun. It might be all right. You know, I believe it's going to be free to play, but all these free to play games, it's going to be one of those other things that Pokemon throws at us, and they're just like, hey, play this for free, and then there's microtransactions here and there, and then they make $1 billion. Look, I'm not trying to complain a lot. I'm really, really not trying to complain a lot. It's just bugging me so much today. I love Pokemon. And this is why I'm so passionate about it. This is why I'm so upset, because I love Pokemon and I expect all these things from them. And then when they give us just like updates and just silly, simple things, I go crazy. I'm sorry. Let's move on. And then we got our last big announcement. And this was supposed to be the big one. And I'm like, oh, great. This is the last announcement and we all know what it is. Pokemon ZA. The game they announced last year, and we haven't gotten it yet. And I was thinking, okay, all right, whatever. I was thinking before this event, like I was thinking, okay, the best thing we could get is, Pokemon ZA releasing soon, and then a Pokemon Black and White remake or something like that. That's the best we're gonna get, and that would be awesome. But hey, at least, right? We'll get all these little update things that nobody cares about, right? And then we will get Pokemon ZA, a release date with some awesome starters, and the release date will be soon, and, at least we'll get to play that soon. I will be satisfied with that. We didn't even get that, okay? You know what we got? This is what we got right here. Let me fast forward this a little bit. Hold on. Coming late 2025. So what you're telling me is I watched an entire Pokemon Presents. I'm getting no games. I'm getting no release dates. I'm just getting the same thing I really got last year. Teases. And, coming soon. What does that mean? What is soon? Coming late 2025? That's one of those things they say when they don't know the exact date. And if it's late 2025, that could end up being 2026. It could be delayed. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. This is a long video, and I did not mean for it to be this long. But if you're here, I appreciate you. How are you guys? Are we all having a good day? We all having a splendid day? I hope you are. And like I said, if you were happy with the Pokemon Presents, I'm happy for you. Happy for you. But it sucked. It sucked. And maybe I'm contradicting myself. Maybe I was just saying how I want Pokemon to focus more on making the games really good, and stop just pushing things out really fast. So maybe that's what they're doing. But why make a whole presentation on something and make it a big deal? And I believe they were saying it was gonna be this big thing. It really wasn't big at all. You could have just shadow dropped that. You could have shadow dropped all those little trailers. People would have been fine. People would not be disappointed. If a shadow drop of this trailer, I think that would have been perfectly acceptable. And don't get me started on the starters for Pokemon ZA. I forgot to even mention that. We're getting 2 Gen 2 starters and then 1 Gen 5 starter. Don't get me wrong, I love Tepig and Totodile. And Chikorita's fine. But why 2 of the same starters? I thought the uniqueness of Pokemon Legends was that we got 1 starter from each, like, from different generations. So the 3 starters from different generations. It just messes with my mind. My OCD is going crazy right now. Who are you gonna pick though? Totodile, Chikorita, or Tepig? I'm picking Tepig, probably. Maybe Totodile. I could pick Totodile. One of those 2. Let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you like the Pokemon Presents? Hey, if you did, I'm happy for you, bro. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And as always, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and just, yeah, bye. Hey guys, if you liked that video, please watch another one. Maybe this one on the screen, you know, the one right there, right now. You seen it? You seen it? Okay. Because that's how the algorithm works, and that's how I get discovered and all, but I guess you do you, you know. That's just how life goes. We all just do what we please. Okay, I'm gonna go now.